I'm seeing things I shouldn't see. I'm dreaming things I've never seen.
You're beginning to think in images, concrete images. Hot, cold, light, dark, food, hunger, pain.
Hey guys, hey internet, it's Inkeater, and welcome to tonight's time lapse. It is the final night of Inktober. We are on the 31st day, and it's only November, 8th, 9th? 8th. Oops. But I'm kind of glad we finished, and I think it's something to be said about Inktober, is that everybody has this pressure to sit there and actually finish it within the month. And honestly, it's kind of one of those projects of yeah, you can have the incentive to try to finish it in the month, and then you can just sit there and say, you know what, I'm gonna persevere and at least try to complete 31 drawings in however many days it takes me. This year it only took me 9 days into November. Last year it actually took me all the way up until almost October, like October 1st, with my horror movie posters collection. But it's kind of interesting. I really love how this turned out. I think one of the keys for me was sitting there and keeping it all contained in a sketchbook. But yeah, that's just me. So tonight's final drawing is BloodRayne. Is Rayne from BloodRayne. She took 44 minutes to ink, draw, and create. Granted, I kind of want to go back into her lips and give her a little bit more depth and shading in the creases, but I really love how she turned out. Every single one of these drawings was super awesome to actually just ink, draw, and create. I really enjoyed myself, and it kind of pushed the limits of trying to basically stay on the small 4x6 page and essentially contain it to the page, because I have a tendency, I've realized, to go large. And the other thing was the size was key for me in actually completing the drawings. So those are some 2 tips going forward into Inktober if you intend on doing it next year, is maybe think about the size of the sketchbook that you're actually using, and also think about just challenging yourself. I think that's something that we kind of fail to do sometimes, or even think about, because we're so trying to keep up with social media and everything. But honestly, at the end of the day, just know that the competition is only with yourself. So cheesy life lesson, I guess. But I really love the fact that I challenged myself to draw a bunch of ladies, especially a bunch of ladies of horror, because it kind of balances out all my guy, or rather my monsters and my creatures, because I want to say they're not all female. Well, you've got The Exorcist, and then Zelda. I think there's maybe 2-3 ladies in that collection of horror characters, but I think it's really cool that this one is completed and it kind of complements the other. In case you haven't played BloodRayne, or you haven't seen the movie, which has Michelle Rodriguez, I really love her as an actress, especially in that movie, and I kind of wish they kind of went further with it, but you take what you can get. If you've never seen BloodRayne, or you've never played the video game, I will leave a link to that down below in case you're curious about it and you want to read up some. And if not, definitely hit the like button if you really enjoyed this drawing. And if you enjoyed this drawing, definitely check out our playlist of Badass Ladies of Horror. And we're going to be coming soon with a lot more creations. What I really love about challenges like this is the fact that sometimes it inspires you to actually create things that you wouldn't normally, and actually frees up your mind to basically create new ideas. And it's kind of funny because I've been stuck in a rut in terms of my comics and my cartoons and my animations, and I kind of put a standstill on this YouTube channel. So in case you joined because you saw my Draw My Hell video or any of my other crazy animation videos, those are coming back. I feel re-inspired after just drawing consecutively 31 days. And I think everybody will tell you a different thing that they actually feel that they achieved at the end of the 31 days. But I feel like it's opened me up creatively. I used to participate in something called 30 Days of Creativity, where you do one creative thing a day. And I took that as the opportunity to just to create something, whether it was an animation or a puppet or making He-Man and Zombie talk to one another and have a conversation. It was the idea of just working those muscles and just freeing up ideas. I think it's kind of funny that sometimes people have this like misconception that if you go and you do all your ideas, you're never going to come up with a new idea and you're just going to go blank. And that's kind of the furthest thing from the truth. You actually start to think a lot more. You start to think about things creatively and think of things in a new light, or actually it opens up your mind into thinking about things that you couldn't figure out at one point in time, which was me with a few of my animation ideas or a few of my comics that I wanted to turn into animations, and I had an epiphany during this Inktober. Anyway, what are some cool things that you learned through this year's Inktober? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you didn't participate in Inktober, let me know what is your favorite horror movie that you've recently watched. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing awesome, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye.
Whatever it is that you believe you're seeing, it's not real.
Seeing things before they happen.
Things are not always what they seem in this place. So you can't take anything for granted.